Hey guys, Mr. Neese is going to talk to you now about U.S. History TEKS 12A. So let me read it to you. Analyze the impact of physical and human geographic factors of the Klondike Gold Rush, the Panama Canal, the Dust Bowl, and the levee failure in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. So Klondike Gold Rush, late 1800s, we see a big, as far as human factors, movement of people into the Washington area, Washington State, and Alaska. Now also Canada, but we're dealing with U.S. history here. So opportunities after gold is discovered, people want to get rich, so they start moving to that area to seek out a better life. Physical factors, Alaska, known for its raw materials, obviously gold in this discussion, but also oil, timber, lumber, and seafood, the richness of the ocean around it as well. So that's kind of the Klondike Gold Rush. Now, from there, Panama Canal. So think about if you're traveling from San Francisco by water to New York, you'd have to go all the way around South America, building a canal in that thin area, which will become Panama when we do it. But in that thin area at the very northern part of South America, just north of it, we dig a huge canal. We kind of pick up where the French left off. Theodore Roosevelt is a big player in that. Jimmy Carter will later in the 70s sign to turn it back to the Panamanians, but this cuts down that 14,000 mile journey to just a short cut through at that point. So there's a huge impact or gain by doing that. Dust Bowl, human factors. We're going to see a big migration. What happened? We live in the middle of this, so this is right epicenter, ground zero for the Dust Bowl. Poor farming techniques, misuse of the land, depleting its resources, and adding a drought on top of it creates huge Dust Bowl. With the drought, crops are failing. Just becomes an awful destruction of our nature. And with that, loss of jobs, loss of opportunity, people who had mortgaged their homes or farms lost them. There ends up being another migration of sorts. So a lot of people migrating out of the western Oklahoma, Texas Panhandle area, southwest Kansas, and move to California to try to find some opportunities there. So remember, in the 30s, this is also our depression. There's not a lot of opportunity anyway, and this just compounds it. So last but not least, levee failure in New Orleans, Hurricane Katrina. So Hurricane Katrina comes in, and with that, I didn't write the date, but in any case, Hurricane Katrina comes in and hits. New Orleans is below sea level, so it has these levees or kind of dams around it to kind of keep the water out, and they can kind of pump them out with these pump stations. Well, the levees fail, causing mass flooding into New Orleans. So with that, we have a failure of our engineering. It destroys our property, and what happens? People are going to leave. And there was a large amount of people that left the area, went to Houston, went to Austin during that period, other parts of the South as well, and a lot of people never came back. So the population never fully recovered in New Orleans after Katrina, a natural disaster, also impacted by failures in man's physical engineering as well. So that kind of covers 12A at a high level. Hopefully that helps you on this SE.